Food truck scene in Los Angeles has exploded in the last year. We talked about it. So much so that LA's street food culture was ranked the second best in the world. But not everybody agrees. The food trucks have become a staple of the Mid-Wilshire district, but the established restaurants in the area have long fought against their presence. Now, they're apparently parking old cars along the curb to block the food trucks from setting up shop. Those old cars have been getting ticketed, and now this. Boycott signs popped up today urging the public to boycott the restaurants for their involvement in blocking the food trucks. They're parked legally. They're operating legally. So what's the problem? Leo, I don't want to fight with you. I don't want to fight with you here because I know we're on different sides of this. But whose side are you on, Leo?
I'm on the food truck side.
Oh,
because
no, you've never been on the food truck side.
Listen,
you've never been on the food truck side.
I may not. You said if they're operating legally, this is a free capitalistic society, and I think these built-in restaurants who have put these parked cars there illegally have done everything possible to obstruct.
Come on. No. I'm not even going to let you slide because we've talked about this before. I'm on the food truck side, and you're the guy that said those trucks shouldn't be there because the restaurants have upkeep, the restaurants pay rent, and the restaurant should take precedent.
You made in your preview part, you made a piece about the part that they are operating legally. How can I deny these food trucks the right if they have the right to park there? I mean, to me, that changes the whole scenario. If there were these illegal food trucks, I would be on side of the restaurant owner. But if they're operating legally, no. I'm sorry.
Who are you?
I'm flip-flopping.
Yeah, I was going to say, who are you, Meg Whitman? What are you talking about? All right, go ahead, Megan, go ahead.
I don't want to agree with Leo this much. This is no fun, but yeah, I'm on the side of the food trucks. These guys are operating legally, they're licensed, and the restaurants really, I saw a show about on the news about the restaurants in New York. And they were, also concerned with food trucks. So what they did, and what these restaurants should do, is get their own darn truck. Instead of buy a used car and park it there illegally and take the fines and the penalties of parking there illegally, they can have a small food truck or a catering truck, and that's what the restaurants in New York have done. And they can provide a product that their customers want, and perhaps a better or a fresher product that their customers want. So as capitalists, as Leo is, thank you very much, Leo, and as I am, and as most of us are, the restaurants have to look at a different source of revenue, not just a sit-down restaurant, but perhaps follow their colleagues that are in New York, open their own food trucks, and give the customers and consumers more choices. And competition is always a great thing.
Go ahead, Leo.
Fred, I am a capitalist. Believe it or not, I may be the fair-minded civil rights attorney, but I believe in capitalism, and they're operating legally. How can I argue against that?
All right. Well, let me tell you. There's something I've learned tonight. There are two jobs. There are two things I wish I had done with my life, and I didn't. First was become city manager of Bell, and the second was operate a food truck. Either way, you're going to be making money today. All right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Last topic. Here we go. For you parents out there, even if you're not a parent, just imagine with me, okay? If you could give your child a DNA test that would tell you what diseases they might face in the future, would you want to know? A poll conducted by the University of Michigan's Children's Hospital showed that 53% of parents said they'd want the test, or even an option for an at-home DNA kit. Of course, knowing early could help treat your child, but those who said they were against it said they'd be worried for their children and feared potential discrimination. Neither of you have children. I do. I ask the two of you to imagine. If a test could tell you if your kids were likely to develop a problem or disease, Megan, would you want to know?
Oh, absolutely. That would arm me with all the knowledge that I would need to make sure that I was giving my child the best preventative medicine and the best preventative care that I could give him. I don't understand the parents that really say they fear for their child and it would cause too much worry. And the other note said that they fear discrimination. You have to take these problems. You can't bury them, in the sand and worry about them later, because then it might become a huge problem that's not treatable. So I would buy the test, I would administer the test to my child, and I would make sure, based on those results, I would do everything in my power to find the treatment or give him the proper care so he can best avoid or minimize the disease states. Now, I must say that there is so much technology out there. I worked in the pharmaceutical and medical industry for 14 years. Cancer vaccines are being developed, one for a young girl that, can avoid cervical cancer now. And so these are the types of remedies that are available and that are coming down the pike. Now, with the healthcare bill, those remedies might not come as fast and as quick as they have in the past.
Oh, you had to go
so
there.
Much taxation.
You had to go there.
Of course I did.
You had to go there.
Of course I did.
All right.
We can't penalize the medical companies for producing therapies that this DNA test might prove these disease states that our children have.
All right, let's get back on the freeway and finish this up. Go ahead, Leo.
Oh, bottom line, I agree with Megan 100%. I want to know. If I had children, I would want to know. I would want to take preventive action. There is no discrimination. I can't see how anyone would be against knowing and gaining more information. Power is knowledge. To know would be able to help your children and prevent and take preventive action. It makes no sense to be opposed to this.
All right, we're almost out of time. Quickly to both of you. All right, and we talked about if you had kids, would you want to know? Right now, Leo, Megan, would you want to know? Would you take that test right now? Leo, would you?
Oh, yes, no question about it. I believe in preventive care. I want to know what's wrong with me, if any. However, nothing's wrong with me right now.
Well, I was going to say, no, there's too much wrong with you. We don't have time to go into it. Megan, would you want to know?
Absolutely, and based on the results, I would just keep a bottle of tequila next to me.
All right, well, for you, the weekend starts now. Megan, Leo, thanks a lot.
Thank
nice
you.
job.
Bye-bye, Fred.
Okay.
Bye.